In last lecture, we gone through the varnishes. So let me discuss. The varnishes is defined as a colloidal dispersion or solution of the synthetic or the natural resin in oil or thinner. So in oil and thinner, both varnishes can be utilized. When it is applied on the surfaces, it gives a transparent film which dries up by the evaporation, oxidation, or polymerization of its constituent. When only thinner is used as a solvent, the film dries by the evaporation. The natural resins are amber, shellac, then copal, while the synthetic one are the easier, that is gums, phenolic resins, or the alkyl resins. So here it is, the images shown over here. These are the varnishes. So what is the difference between the paints and the varnishes? First of all, the varnishes do not contain a pigments, while the paints contains a pigment. That is the main important parameter in the paints. Then varnishes, oil is replaced by the resins in a part or even as a whole. But in paints, the resins are added, thinners are added to give the desired color and the thinness. Then varnishes forms a lustrous transparent film, while the paint uh, obscures the surfaces. So that is the main difference between the varnishes and the paints. Then what are the different types of varnishes? First, spirit varnishes, in which the spirit, it means the kerosene is added. It is a dispersion or the solution of resins in a volatile solvent like a methylated spirit. The varnishes dries by the evaporation. The films are brittle and the cracks and peel off. Therefore, the plasticizer are added. An example of spirit varnishes is the solution of shellac in a spirit or the alcohol. Then oil varnishes, they are solution of the natural and the synthetic resins in a dry oil. In addition, dryers or the thinners are also added. They are classified as a short, medium, and long. In short, containing a 6 to 15 gallons of oil per 100 lb of the resins. In medium, it contains 20 to 30 gallons of the oil per 100 lb of the resins. Then in long, it contains 35 to 60 gallons of the oil per 100 lb of the resins. The short varnishes dry quickly and form a hard and brittle film, while the long varnishes dry slowly and form the weather resistance and pliable films. The example of oil or the oleoresins varnishes are phenolic resin in range oil, the shellac in linseed oil. So these are the examples. Then classification of varnishes on the basis of drying schedule. First of all, air dry varnishes, that is, they are varnishes which are dry sufficiently well and fast at a room temperature. The drying depends on the base of and the solvent of the varnishes. Then thermoplastic base resins containing the fast evaporating solvents like gasoline or the acetone belongs to the category of cellulose liquors. Then oil varnishes based on the drying oils belong to the they belong to this category. Then heat drying or the baking varnishes. They are the varnishes which requires the baking in a kiln at about 300 degrees Celsius. The drying of the varnishes depends on its base and the solvent. The thermosetting base varnishes containing a high boiling solvents like kerosene belongs to this category. Then turpentine varnishes. It contains a resins and turpentine as a solvent. The solvent evaporates on application and dries a living coating of the resin, which is very hard. It is used for the wooden furnitures. Then water varnishes. It contains a shellac dissolved into hot water with a small quantity of ammonia or borax. It is used for map and picture etc. So what are the uses of varnishes? The tile protection of the article against the corrosions, then brightening coats for the painted surfaces, improving the appearance and the intensifying ornamental grains of the wood surfaces. So what are the raw materials for manufacturing the varnishes are the film forming the material, then solvent and thinners, then dryers and anti-skimming agents. So first that is the film forming materials. So first type that is film forming material. They are oils, resins, they forms a protective films and act as a binder for the pigments. The examples are oil can be a soybean or the castor oil, and resins can be shellac or rosin etc, or alkyl resins etc. Then dryers, they increases the rate of drying, example cobalt or lead naphthalene. Then anti-skimming agents, they are added to prevent the shrinkage. The examples are tertiary amyl alcohol or polyhydroxyl phenols. So constituents are given and their examples are mentioned as we discussed earlier. So that is all about the fifth chapter. We completed the all the finishing materials including all the mortars, cement, concrete, then some varnishes, paints, distempers. Then we also discussed with the plaster of Paris, then cement mortar, their types and all. So that is all about the fifth chapter. It includes the finishing materials. So let we have any doubts, then please inform. We will try to discuss and solve it. Okay, thank you.